Weapons have changed and progressed throughout history. The first forms of weapons believed to have been used by man for hunting or self-defense were unshaped stones and wooden spears. Due to a number of shortcomings, short range, and inaccuracy, over time man came up with the idea to sharpen the stone and thus make it more dangerous. That is how we went from unformed stone and sticks to machine guns, Kalashnikovs, countless pistols and rifles, bombs, grenades, mines, mortars, etc. By exploring which are the most dangerous weapons of mass destruction, which are the largest nuclear bombs ever made and what is their range and lethality, which chemical weapons are the most dangerous, which weapons proved to be fatal in world wars, and then were advanced with today's technology and science. Here are the 15 most powerful weapons in the world. #15. RPG. A rocket-propelled grenade is a shoulder-fired missile weapon that launches rockets equipped with an explosive warhead. Most RPGs can be carried by an individual soldier and are frequently used as anti-tank weapons. With its ease of use, cheap construction, and low cost of launchers, and high efficiency, it has entered the arsenal of over 40 countries around the world. It is used against armored and fortified targets as well as against infantry formations. It was used in many conflicts and wars in the second half of the 20th century and was constantly improved. #14. SAM. SAM ranks 14th in our list of the most powerful weapons in the world. A surface-to-air missile, SAM, also known as a ground-to-air missile, GTAM, or surface-to-air guided weapon, SAGW, is a missile designed to be launched from the ground to destroy other missiles or aircraft. It is one type of anti-aircraft system designed to nullify or reduce the effectiveness of hostile air action. The American Nike Ajax was the first operational guided missile SAM system, and the Soviet Union's S-75 Dvina was the most produced SAM. #13. A-64 Apache gunship. Apache helicopters ranked 13th in our list of the most powerful weapons in the world. The Boeing A-64 Apache is an American twin-turboshaft attack helicopter with a cockpit for two. It features a sensor suite for target acquisition and night vision systems. It's armed with the 30mm M230 chain gun, AGM-114 Hellfire missiles, and Hydra 70 rocket pods. The helicopter was introduced to U.S. Army service in April 1986. It has become the primary attack helicopter of multiple nations, including Greece, Japan, Israel, the Netherlands, Singapore, and the United Arab Emirates. #12. F-35 Lightning II. Fighter jets rank 12th in our list of the most powerful weapons in the world. The F-35 Lightning II is now the world's most dominant multi-role fighter. Its detection range, geolocation, threat identification, and system response capabilities allow the jet to precisely fix and destroy the most advanced threats in the world, including every layer of Russia's latest SA-20 surface-to-air missile, SAM, system. While it still has several rough edges, the F-35 has now crossed several thresholds that make it the most lethal and cost-effective fighter and or nearing production within the NATO alliance. The 5th-generation F-35 Lightning II integrates advanced stealth technology into a highly agile, supersonic aircraft that provides the pilot with unprecedented situational awareness and unmatched lethality and survivability. As new threats emerge, it is more important than ever for U.S. and Allied fighter fleets to fly the F-35 stealth fighter, the world's only 5th-generation international aircraft. While each aircraft is uniquely designed to operate from different environments, all three variants set new standards in network, enabled mission systems, sensor fusion, and supportability. The F-35 redefines the multi-role fighter. Nimitz-class aircraft carrier. Aircraft carriers rank 11th in our list of the most powerful weapons in the world. The Nimitz class is a class of 10 nuclear-powered aircraft carriers in service with the United States Navy. Nimitz is the first aircraft carrier in its class and one of the largest warships in the world. The more recent Nimitz-class carriers, CV and 72/CV and 76, have a displacement of 102,000 tons when fully loaded. They have a length of 317 meters and a beam of 40.8 meters. The carrier reaches a maximum speed of over 30 knots and can accommodate 3,184 personnel, with 203 officers, 2,800 air crews, with 366 officers, and 70 flags, with 25 officers. The carrier's combat data systems are based around Block 0 or 1 Naval Tactical and Advanced Combat Direction System, ACDS, with communications links for A, 11, 14, and 16. Weapons control is managed by 3 Mk91 Mod 1 MFCS directors for the Sea Sparrow missile. Chemical weapon Chimera virus. The Chimera virus ranks 10th in our list of the most powerful weapons in the world. In ancient mythology, a chimera is an animal formed from parts of different animals, like a hippogriff or a griffin, which describes the virus. A chimera virus is defined by the Center for Veterinary Biologics as a new hybrid microorganism created by joining nucleic acid fragments from 2 or more different microorganisms, in which each of at least 2 of the fragments contains essential genes necessary for replication. Combining 2 pathogenic viruses increases the lethality of the new virus, which is why there have been cases when chimeric viruses have been considered for use as a bioweapon. For example, the Soviet Union's Chimera project attempted to combine DNA from Venezuelan equine encephalitis, smallpox, and the Ebola virus in the late 1980s. The Agni missile. India's Agni missile ranks 9th in our list of the most powerful weapons in the world. The Agni missile is a family of medium to intercontinental range ballistic missiles developed by India, named after one of the 5 elements of nature, fire. Agni missiles are long-range, nuclear weapons capable of surface-to-surface ballistic missiles. The Trident 2D5 SLBM. The Trident missile ranks 6th in our list of the most powerful weapons in the world. The Trident missile is a submarine-launched ballistic missile, SLBM. The missile is armed with thermonuclear warheads and is launched from nuclear-powered ballistic missile submarines. Trident missiles are carried by 14 United States Navy Ohio-class submarines, with American warheads, as well as 4 Royal Navy Vanguard-class submarines, with British warheads. The missile is named after the mythological Trident of Neptune. ICBM. ICBM ranks 7th in our list of the most powerful weapons in the world. An intercontinental ballistic missile, ICBM, is a missile with a minimum range of 5,500 kilometers, primarily designed for nuclear weapons delivery. It is guided to the target. ICBMs have the capability of being launched from airplanes, submarines, missile silos, and vehicles. They became an integral part of the MAD doctrine because these weapons allowed the flexibility that enabled the country to strike back and destroy the enemy. It basically guaranteed a second strike on the enemy. Most modern designs support multiple independently targetable reentry vehicles, MIRVs, allowing a single missile to carry several warheads, each of which can strike a different target. Russia, United States, China, France, India, United Kingdom, and North Korea are the only countries that have operational ICBMs. Six, Moab. Moab ranks 6th in our list of the most powerful weapons in the world. The GBU-43/B Massive Ordnance Air Blast, Moab, commonly known as Mother of All Bombs, is a large-yield bomb, which at the time of development was said to be the most powerful non-nuclear weapon in the American arsenal. It was developed by Albert L. Weimorts. The Mother of All Bombs, an explosive toy, was weighing over 9 tons, intended for the destruction of underground bunkers and installations. It was made for the fight against terrorists and their underground training centers in the mountains of Afghanistan. In the Pentagon's arsenal, it was the most powerful conventional bomb that works on the principle of vacuum, so that the explosive charge simply sucks in oxygen, ignites the cloud, and acts on all objects on the ground and underground with a shock wave and high temperatures. The bomb is designed to be delivered by a C-130 Hercules, primarily the MC-130E Combat Talon I or MC-130H Combat Talon II variants. Its blast can destroy 9 city blocks with a radius of 137.61 meters. The Moab was first dropped in combat in the April 13, 2017 airstrike against an Islamic State of Iraq and the Levant Khorasan Province Tunnel Complex in Achin District, Afghanistan. 5. Phobe. Aviation thermobaric bomb of increased power, nicknamed father of all bombs, Phobe, is a Russian-designed, bomber-delivered thermobaric weapon. It weighs 7,100 kilograms and was dropped on the test range by the Tu-160 strategic bomber. General Alexander Rukshin, Deputy Chief of Staff of the Russian Armed Forces, told that it is the strongest vacuum bomb in the world, and that the results of tests of that weapon show that its efficiency and strength correspond to nuclear weapons, but that the use of these weapons does not pollute the environment. Thermobaric weapons are inhumane in the context of the fact that all those who would be in the zone of action of such a bomb would first suffocate due to lack of oxygen, and then they would be crushed by the shock wave and burned at high temperatures. According to the assessment of the American edition of National Interest, the Russian bomb has a smaller mass, but it is still 4 times more powerful than the American Moab. For example, the power of the explosion of the Russian Phobe is equal to the explosion of 40 tons of TNT, while the power of the American Moab is equal to the explosion of 10 tons of TNT. The Russian bomb has a radius of action 20 times larger than the American one. Four, B-53 nuclear bomb. The MKB-53 was a high-yield bunker-buster thermonuclear weapon developed by the United States during the Cold War with a yield of 9 megatons, which results in a fireball with an approximate 2.9 to 3.4 miles diameter, and the radiated heat causes lethal burns to any unprotected person within a 20-mile radius. It was the most powerful weapon in the U.S. nuclear arsenal. This weapon is no longer used actively. The manufacturer of this bomb was the United States Atomic Energy Commission, commonly known as the AEC. That was an agency of the United States government established after World War II by the U.S. Congress to foster and control the peacetime development of atomic science and technology. Three, Little Boy and Fat Man. Little Boy was the code name for an atomic bomb dropped on the Japanese city of Hiroshima on August 6, 1945, from an Enola Gay plane, B-29 Superfortress. The plane was flown by Colonel Paul Tibbets of the 393rd Bomber Squadron of the United States Air Force. It was the first atomic bomb used as a weapon. It was dropped 3 days before the second bomb was dropped on Nagasaki. This bomb was developed as part of the Manhattan Project during World War II. Its explosive power comes from the nuclear fission of uranium-235. The bombing of Hiroshima was the second artificially induced nuclear explosion in history. The first was the Trinity test, as well as the first uranium-based detonation. Approximately 600 milligrams of mass is converted into energy. The bomb exploded at an altitude of about 600 meters and developed a destructive force equivalent to between 13 and 18 kilotons of TNT. Estimates vary, and killed approximately 220,000 people. Its design has not been previously tested due to the fact that enriched uranium was very rare at that time, so the United States saved it. Fat Man is the code name for an atomic bomb that detonated over Nagasaki, Japan, on August 9, 1945. The bomb was dropped by the United States. It was an implosion-type bomb with a plutonium center. The Fat Man may have been named after Winston Churchill, although Robert Serber stated in his memoirs that as the bomb was round and thick, he named it after Caspar Gutman from Sidney Greenstreet's Maltese Falcon. Fat Man's design was similar to the design of the first atomic bomb device detonated during the Trinity atomic test in July 1945. It was detonated at an altitude of approximately 550 meters above the city and was ejected from a B-29 bomber by a Superfort. It was piloted by Major Charles Sweeney of the 393rd Bomber Squadron. The bomb had the power of approximately 21 kilotons of TNT. Since Nagasaki is on hilly terrain, the damage from the explosion was somewhat less than in relatively flat Hiroshima. It is estimated that 39,000 people were killed and 25,000 injured in the bombing of Nagasaki. Thousands more later died from injuries caused by the explosion and burns, and hundreds more from radiation poisoning from exposure to the bomb's initial radiation. Two, Castle Bravo. Castle Bravo was an operation during which the U.S. tested a thermonuclear hydrogen bomb for the first time. The test was performed on March 1, 1954, at Bikini Atoll in the Marshall Islands. The direct result of the explosion was nuclear rain, which poisoned the islanders who returned to the island after the detonation. Members of the crew of the Japanese fishing boat Lucky Dragon No were also poisoned, which raised the international question of the safety of conducting nuclear tests. The bomb used lithium deuterium fuel for the nuclear reaction as well as cryogenic deuterium tritium liquid, which was used as the fuel for the nuclear reaction. The IV Mike bomb, which was the 16th nuclear bomb, represented the first test of the hydrogen bomb of the U.S. Armed Forces. Castle Bravo had the best result of all U.S. Army nuclear testing, 15 megatons, although again a significant proportion came from uranium fission. In the Teller-Ulam model, the fission and fusion phases occur physically separately. Castle Bravo was the most powerful American nuclear bomb ever detonated by the United States. With a power of 15 megatons, it greatly exceeded the projected power of 46 megatons. Combined with other factors, it was the most signified radiological device in U.S. history. Measured in kilotons, Castle Bravo was 1,200 times more powerful than the bomb dropped on Hiroshima and Nagasaki during World War II. One, Tsar Bomb. Tsar Bomb is a nickname for the RDS-220 hydrogen bomb, codenamed Ivan, after its constructor. It is the most powerful nuclear weapon ever detonated. Made by the USSR, the bomb was initially supposed to have a power of 100 megatons of TNT, but due to the excessive risk of radiation and the spread of reactive particles through the atmosphere, the power was halved. Two bombs were built, one real and one copy. The bomb was tested on October 30th, 1961, at exactly 11:32 local time in the Nova Zemlya archipelago. The bomb weighed 27 tons, was 8 meters long, and had a circumference of 2 meters. It was so big that it could not fit in the largest bomber of that time, which is why certain changes were made to the bomber. The bomb was dropped from a height of about 10.5 kilometers and detonated 4 kilometers above the ground. The fireball that formed at that time was 8 kilometers wide, and the mushroom formed after the explosion was 65 kilometers high and about 40 kilometers wide at the bottom. The area with a diameter of 35 kilometers around the bomb was completely destroyed. It never entered military service and was only a demonstration of Soviet power and technology at the time.